What is up, guys? Welcome back to Friday Fuel. From unknown to unforgettable. Do we have an unforgettable guest today? Super excited for this one. As you guys are coming in, flooding in here, we're about to break the internet with so much value today. I'm super excited for this one for sure. Ryan England, thank you so much. Drop in the comments where you're tuning in from. Happy Friday, and share your weekly win, what your weekly win is. For me, it's just been staying consistent. It was cool to be able to look at my Twitter from when I started my clothing line in 2019. And I wrote a blog. And it said 3 things that I've learned in the 6 months of running my own business when I was 18. And what was really cool about it is it's just like consistency beats everything. And it's so funny because all of a sudden, like, it just popped up when I've been thinking the past few weeks, like, what do I want my word for the year to be in 2023? And it's been consistency. And so to see that in 2019, like, it's so applicable now to this day. So for me, that was super cool. So drop in the comments what your weekly win is, and maybe a goal that you have for 2023 as well. I've been thinking a lot about, like, really wanting to blow Friday Fuel out of the water, just make it the best insurance syndicate show that I can, and really give back to you guys, because you guys are giving so much to me just by coming on here. And I want to be able to give as much as I can to you guys as well. So drop in the comments. Ryan, appreciate you. Happy Friday. And then also let StreamYard view your comments. And so click that, let them see it. But thank you guys so much for coming on here again. Happy Friday, everybody. From an unknown user. So make sure to let StreamYard see your comments. Ryan, January 1st, we are indie after 24 years in the captive world. This is our biggest win ever. Let's go, Ryan. That's awesome, man. That is awesome. Super happy for you. Joe, what is up? We got Chase McAllister in here. Man, this thing is already blowing up. Super excited for this one. Well, this guy, by the way, probably doesn't even need an introduction, going from literally doubling every single year in revenue from the time he started in the insurance business, going from not even being able to pay rent to now he's getting referrals sent to him day in and day out. So if you want to talk about a stupid profitable business, this guy is the guy to listen to, because he basically has no overhead. This guy, all he does is work referrals now, 2 to 4 referrals a day. Just imagine that for a second. Think about that. Whether you're doing life, Medicare, health insurance, PNC, getting 2 to 4 referrals a day. Come on now. Like, that's crazy profitability. Just money straight into the bank, not even having to pay for it, which is absolutely insane. So I'm super excited to bring this guy on straight off AEP. He's coming in hot. Joshua Youngs, the Medicare Machine. Thank you so much, bro, for coming on here.
My pleasure. I'm really excited to be on. I've been off the circuit for a little while. I shut down my show. I didn't do some stuff during it, but yeah, no. So I've been kind of just posting posts and whatnot. I'm really excited to be here for sure. Thanks for having me.
Of course, man. Well, how'd AEP go? I know that I watch a lot of the stuff that you post. It's super cool, inspiring to me. Because it's so easy to get the monotonous grind and day in and day out. But to see you, like, consistently, like, pedal to the metal. Even yesterday, day after AEP, got the full day, full schedule going on. How'd AEP go?
P was everything I wanted it to be. So last year, I tried to figure out where my limit was. I don't think I found it, but I found it close enough to where I knew I didn't want to do it again. 18 hours a day for 54 days in a row is tough. So this year
Yeah.
I did 12-hour days. I took 9 days off. So I did 45 days of the 54. But I still came over 440. So the last 3 years, over 440 apps each year. So yeah, it was what I would call a win because I tried to coast. I tried to take time off. I tried to do some things differently, and I still, probably top 1%. I would guess. I don't know of a lot of other folks doing more than that.
On your own
But
pen
some
too.
out there though, for sure. I've seen them.
Yeah, I mean, absolute animal in terms of writing apps and just absolutely creating the machine. And so, talk to us a little bit about that and being able to create such a great experience that, I mean, how many referrals are you getting a day? I know we were
Well,
talking a little bit, but what's that look
it
like?
depends on the time of year. So the time of year outside of AEP, it's 2 to 3 a day, depending on what quarter. So the first quarter, it's probably 3 a day. Second quarter, 2 a day. During AEP, it's probably 4 to 5 a day, and pre AEP as well. So I get ahead of the game, and August is when I start rolling out and getting things really heavy for AEP planning. That the key is to have, if you can, 2 to 3 weeks of your schedule already full before AEP starts with referrals. Um, and then the rest is history if you do it right.
And you just put them on the calendar for then and pretty much sign them up there because um, you can't there's certain like things that you can't actually enroll them until open enrollment or AEP, whatever. So do you just pretty much set them on the calendar for then to write them?
Yeah, yeah. We get the fact finding done in advance. I'll get all their information, their medications, their doctors, all that, so that I can do the research at midnight or something, and then each day before the day, I have all the research done, so that when I show up at the home, for the most part, I have a pretty clear idea what I'm doing. I do see a question. Referrals from clients. I get referrals from everywhere. I get referrals from doctor offices. I get referrals from clients. I get referrals from clients. I get referrals from friends of clients, neighbors of clients, pastors of clients, doctors of clients. Probably 10 times a week, someone says, "I got your name from my doctor." So I'm known. I'm known in doctors' offices. I'm known in churches. I'm known in bingo parlors. I'm known in the gambling halls. Not like everybody knows me. But everybody knows somebody who knows me. To the point where one of the things I like to do is take a picture with my clients, and the reason is, oftentimes I'll be in the same area all day long, and so I'll use the last person's picture and go, "This is what I do with it," and they'll go, "Hey, I know that person," and so I create this silent network of people that know me. The lady I talked to yesterday, one of the referrals I got yesterday, she got my name from literally 5 different people. She said after the third one, I figured I probably should call you. And so I've set up a complete network of financial professionals, doctor offices, churches, anywhere I could think of in my mind. Where are the people I want to talk to, and who are people of influence that they talk to? Because those people of influence that they talk to are who I want to talk to and create a relationship with. And that's really what the aim is my ability to create a relationship with people is better than the average bear.
Yeah. I mean, drop in the comments right now if you're trying, like the word referral, if you're trying to get more referrals, and we're going to continue on this topic because I'm guessing everybody wants referrals. I'm assuming. Drop in the comments if you do the word referral. But let me ask you a question. So you get the center of influence, and I know where you're talking a little bit. You train them on how to send you referrals. What's that look like in that
Well,
process and sending in that?
you can't just run in there and say, "Give me referrals." Okay,
Yeah.
you got to go in there. I think of myself like a firefighter. I'm looking for fires to put out, and so I walk into any building and I go, "Are there any fires?" Here's who I am. I'm a firefighter. I put out fires for Medicare, for insurance, for dental insurance, for life insurance, for critical illness insurance. I put out fires. That's my job. I'm a fireman. Okay. And so I'm looking for fires to put out. Do you have any problems? Are you having any problems with claims? Are you having any problems with approvals? Are you having problems with medications? Are you having problems with clients? I would love for you to give me your most challenging obstacle first so I can help you out with that. And so if you take that position of trying to serve them first and find a problem they're having that you might have a solution to, that's important. But I have a very, very well rounded skill set that the average insurance agent doesn't get. So
Yeah.
I spent 14 years working every position of an FMO. And so I learned how to fix customer service issues. I learned who to call and what to say and how to do it. I know how to overcome formulary exceptions and all that. So you want to polish up your skill sets and have a full bag first. So don't try to go out and create this referral kingdom if you only have one skill set, which is working a lead. Which unfortunately, most insurance agents, that's what you're taught. You're taught buy leads, work leads, and you're on this endless wheel of working lead cycle. And if you stop buying leads, the wheel stops spinning.
Yeah.
Okay. So for me, I knew right away. Number one, I hate leads, flat out. I don't like the process of working them. They're pissed off when they call for no reason. Well, I guess it is for a reason because they're being bantered by a bunch of other people.
Yeah.
So I wanted to figure out a way to get around that, and the way around that's referrals. But referrals from clients alone isn't enough to sustain somebody. You really need some strong community partnerships. It only doesn't take very many. Start with a goal of one. If you can get one good referral partnership going, trust me, the referrals you can get off of the referrals, you can start to amplify that exponentially if you do it right. So you just got to find one. When you're looking for gold, you're not looking for 20 gold mines. You're looking for one damn gold mine that has gold in it first, and then if it works well, then you'll find another one, right?
Yeah.
So be patient with yourself. This is a process. People are seeing the result of 4 years of me doing the right thing and getting better and better and better at it. After 14 years of learning how to do all these things. So I got a PhD in how to do this first. Then I went and did it. So it's a completely
Yeah.
different animal. So if you're only in year one or year two, be patient with yourself and take a minute to focus on your skills first. Because if you don't build up your skill sets and you don't have this, like I walk into a home, I don't need to pull out a book. I don't need to pull out a computer. I have all the plans memorized in my area, like memorized, not like
Wow.
kind of memorized. Like,
Yeah.
what plan do you have? Okay, what's your copay for this? What's your copay for that? I know it all. And so, study. The plans that are popular. Now, do you have to memorize the plan you use once a year? No. That's the one you pull the book out. You go, you blow the dust off it and make fun of it and say, look, I only sold one of these this year, so I'm going to do my best because we're going to do what's right for you. And if this is right for you, we're going to do it. But yeah, the referral thing's not hard once you have all the skill sets because what they're looking for, again, remember, if you think you're the first one walking into that doctor's office or that church or that bingo parlor, or whatever, and
Yeah.
talking about insurance and Medicare and how you can help people and all that, there's been 20 other people that have done that and they lied to them. They failed them. They didn't follow through. They didn't do this. They didn't do that. And so you have to remember, you're trying to date the person that's been abused 10 times already. And so you're going to have a little bit of walls up. You've got to figure out how to get around. And the best way to do that is by not having your agenda on the list when you're there. Again, it's all about their agenda. Where's the problem? Where's the fire? How are things going? And again, it's
Yeah.
got to be authentic and pure when you're building that relationship. You've got to really position correctly.
Yeah. So when say brand new, right? And this is like even for me. So right now, I don't have any referral partners. And so for me to build relationships with people, I feel like it's kind of awkward for me in a way of like, okay, like, hey, like, how would you approach gaining that first referral partner of like just sharing what you do in any way I can help, or what would that look like? Just say for me, because
Well,
I'm that
okay.
person that doesn't have any referral partners yet
Well, are you looking for referral partners for Medicare or referral partners for life insurance?
for life insurance. But yeah,
So for
it would
life
obviously
insurance,
different, but
you have to think of who has access to people who need life insurance. Who has access to people who need life insurance?
mortgage lenders,
Okay,
realtors, and
yeah,
um,
you're missing the biggest
financial
one,
advisors,
kind of.
financial planners.
Think about it a little bit deeper. Where would you find someone who needs that? Who needs life insurance?
I
I got
mean,
asked yesterday. I'm going to hold this up to my camera so you can read it. I'm going to cover out her name for HIPAA.
needs a state lawyer.
Okay, so do you think maybe from time to time part of an estate plan needs to be good life insurance?
Yes.
Do you think an estate lawyer wants to sell life insurance?
Yeah.
Most of them, the answer is no. Okay, and
Oh
so they're
no.
really hard to get to. I'll tell you, this is a really hard relationship to build, but you've got to think, what value am I going to bring?
Yeah.
Your value is you need to start calling your current book of business and finding out who has a will, who has an estate plan, who needs one. And you take that list and say, I've got, well, I don't know, 25 clients that need an estate plan, but I have a problem. And you say, my fire is I don't have an estate planning lawyer I can trust to refer back and forth with. Are you looking for someone to bring you clients? But you have to come to the table with a platter of offering for them first, which is your 25 clients that already need a estate plan. That's where I would start for life
Wow,
insurance.
that's really good. So, okay. That is, Ryan's saying, wow, dropping bombs. Drop it. I mean, drop right now, like just the word referral or bombs, whatever it is, right? Because it's going down. Someone said, I want to become a referral partner with my dentist. I plan on doing a lunch and learn to
Yeah.
give them updates, the carrier
That,
dental
that's the
benefit.
classic United Healthcare model of how you get into a dentist office. You can do that. I don't like to do the lunch and learns because number one, I don't like to buy them lunch for no reason. Number two, I don't want to spend a whole lunch hour with them. Number three, I can do the same thing over Zoom. And so most of them are so busy, and I respect that. I used to be a dental office manager in my former job right before I did this. And so I know what it's like to be that. They're overworked, they're underpaid, and they have to deal with so many more insurance companies than you can imagine. There's some value there that you can offer. So I always acknowledge that they're overworked, underpaid. I know you're really busy. I know this is your busy time. I always say that when I go in.
Yeah.
But with dentists, it's really about two questions. You want to ask two questions if you want to become a referral partner with your dentist. When you walk in there, you go, do you have patients that stop treatment plans because they run out of money or benefit? They're going to say, yeah, it happens all the time. Point paint one. That's fire number one. They're going to say, are you looking for new patients? Okay. Are you looking for new patients? Yes, I'm looking for new patients. Okay, great. So now I have 2 points of pain I can solve. Okay. Do you ever have issues with claims?
Mm.
Yeah. I have 3 points of pain. Now I'm in a position now and say, look, we can do it one of a few ways. We could do it. We could do like a lunch and learn. Only I know you're really busy over lunch, so I would really offer like a Zoom and learn. Or I can come over real quickly during your lunch, but not for a full lunch and learn thing, because you don't need to learn anything other than I know what I'm doing. What I'm wondering is, do you take? And I do my research first. So you need to know before you go in there what insurance plans they accept. If you need to just call like you're a pretend patient to get that information, then do that. It's probably the fastest way than going on to the portals. To be honest with you, and you also get other intel, like who's the name of the person you need to talk to. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, I'm going to try to get their name. And if you can, get their whole name. And the reason I want their whole name is I want to try to Google, Facebook, and LinkedIn stalk them if I can, so I can get any kind of intel on the person before I get there. That way, if I see they love gardening or chocolate or something, I can show up with a token of whatever they like. Okay? If I can, if possible, I want to have any kind of inside track I can get. But the inside track is I can help you get more patients. I can help you with people that run out of money on treatment plans. There's certain people qualify to change plans mid-year, and if you change from one company to another, that unlocks a whole new pocket of money potentially. You also need to learn how to talk dental. You can talk dental fee schedule. They want to see a fee schedule, so you got to say, you got to acknowledge that I don't get access to a fee schedule. I can get you a fee schedule though, but we need to get farther in the relationship to see if it even makes sense for you to get a fee schedule. They're going to find out if you're even open for what I'm looking for and what I need, what I can help you with, what I can bring to the table. Again, same precept. Go through your clients in that area, that dentist, and go, do you have a dentist? Are you looking for a new dentist? And come up with one or two or three, if you can, new patients for them so that you're coming to the table with business for them. If you can come to the table with business for a referral partner, it's almost um, it's almost where they feel guilted or obligated or whatever to return the favor. If you run in asking for leads, it'll never. I did that in the beginning. Like in my mind, I was like, if I could just get these financial planners to just like, maybe they will do all the work for me. Maybe they will call all their clients for me and ask if they want my help. That did not happen once, so don't try that.
That
But
is so good.
dental office partners, in reality, if you're doing that, I would really focus on the dual special needs market. They have more dental and it's free dental. And I would focus on the dentist. The number one thing to make sure they do is take Medicaid. Those are the ones that are what I would call dental insurance prostitutes, and they're looking for as many clients as possible. So your comfort dentals, your perfect teeth, those are the ones I would go after first. But just know someone's going to probably already be in there, so you're going to have to go in there with some pizzazz, and you're going to have to win them over.
That's so good. Comment machine if you're trying to become a machine like Josh. Another question I have for you is obviously you built the machine to where it's running fully on its own. You took, what did you say, 9 days off this year and still absolutely probably crushed every. I don't know Medicare numbers like that. All I know is that that if you're whatever numbers you're putting up, I know probably the average is probably a fourth or maybe a third of that.
If you do 100, you're in the top 5%. If you do 100 apps in AEP, you're doing top 5%.
It's crazy.
So yeah,
Yeah, so talk
apps are out
about the
there.
machine that you built because obviously everybody's pouring in right now, like the machine, like talk about that.
Well, everything I just told you guys. I went out and I did this over and over and over again until I got to a point where I couldn't maintain it anymore. So for me, I grow the garden until I don't have any more water or any more soil or whatever. So I cannot maintain the garden anymore. I know I'm at my limit, and I just wait for one of the plants to die, and then I'll replace it. But now I'm at a point of maintenance. Average AEP enrollments is like 25. Yeah, average agent probably 25. 25. I'll call it that. That's fine.
Really?
I think only one person on my team was lower than that.
That's
Most
average?
most most of the team, I
25?
think, hit close to 100. Yeah, 25 apps, which is one every other day. Right? You don't need to do the numbers I did in 45 days to do 440 apps. That's over 9 a day. Like that's not 9 a couple of days. That's 9 Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 9 every day. Okay. Now, did I do 9 every day? No. I had some days where I did 3 or 4 or 5, but I had other days where I did 25 or 30. So um, those offset, right?
Yeah.
But again, to get to where I'm at, it takes a very, very unique combination of everything lining up for you, like it did for me. And I had a lot of help along the way. I get a lot of good support. And I've done a really good job of building relationships with everyone who gives me an advantage. So the carrier reps in my area love me. The ones that I want to love me, and I love them back, right? And so that's a key piece to it too, because for a long time in my career, there was a time where I couldn't say I don't want any leads. Okay? There was a time where I said, okay, I'll take as many leads as anyone will give me. Okay, but the key with those, when someone gives you a lead, what do you need to do?
Call it.
Find a way to make a sale. Calling it's not good enough. Which, believe it or not, ironically, Johnny, that's the hardest part for most agents. Just call the damn thing. Have you called it yet? Yeah, I called it once like 4 weeks ago. Are you just hoping they're going to call you back now? Is that how that works? Right? So, yeah, work your leads. And I mean, work your leads with a desperation that you have to simulate in your head. Like, they hold the secret passcodes, you freeing your family from a terrorist bandit group, and you've got to get a hold of them. You got to have that kind of mentality to get a hold of them. That means door knocking. That means some of my agents go, "What do you mean?" I go, "Frickin' stake them out." Like if I have an agent that dodges me long enough, I will go wait down there. Now I don't do it in my car because it's freaking pretty obvious who I am in my car. Is this NASCAR out with Medicare Peace of Mind all over it? But once upon a time, I would sit down the street and I would wait and I would watch them walk in their house. Now I know they're freaking there. So now I'm going to call first. Do they answer? No. Now I'm going to knock on their door. No, I verified their home. They didn't answer. They didn't. Now it's a dead lead to me. I've done everything I can. I've staked them out. I waited till I knew they were home. Another one I've tried before too. Wait till they leave their house and go follow them to the grocery store or whatever and run into them. Go, really? Or whatever. And just pretend like you know them. Except the more creative you are, for me, it's about finding a way rather than finding an excuse. Like, if I can find a way to make this work, I want to make it work because I desperately need this lead to become in my book of business. Because every lead I stack turns into money next year. That's the way I look at it. And
Yeah.
the other thing too, I get asked all the time for AEP. What if I don't have referrals like you do? How do I have a good AEP? Here's how you do it.
Yeah.
You work leads the rest of the year, and the leads that you can't help, you put in a pile as your lead pile for AEP. You just get permission or schedule an appointment with, okay, I can't help you now. You're already on the right plan. You already got help. Would you like me to help you look at plans for next year when everything changes again? And then set the appointment. And here's the magic. Don't remind them. Just show up. Don't give them a chance to cancel. The reason I verify every one of my appointments now, my assistants do, That's because like every one of them's a referral. I'm not worried about them canceling. But just be warned, if you're working a lead, I would just show up. I would not. I would not remind them.
So you would set the appointment now for like October for next year, and then
Yeah.
show up at that time.
Oh yeah. I would probably send a postcard a month out or something. I'm just going to show up because I don't want to lose my opportunity. Because I believe in my mind, if I show up face to face and someone's face to face and I get an opportunity to talk to them about anything that has to do with Medicare, they will immediately want to work with me. That's my mindset. Like I said, basically everyone's my client. It's just a matter of when. The opportunity will happen at some point. I think of myself like the dirty, greasy guy friend. There's so many women just waiting for them to be single and have that opportunity, right? I'm every client's guy friend in the wing.
Yeah. So when you so I guess for a brand new agent or like somebody like newer into the business, you obviously like go in, you create those referral partners, which are solid. That's a great way to get
Yeah, yeah.
inbound leads. And what
Holden's
else?
an example of that. So don't use me. Use someone on my team. Holden. This is his first year. I think he's gotten it's over 10 apps a month from one referral partnership he created with a doctor's group.
Wow.
He didn't do anything magic. He did exactly what I told him to do on a level I've never seen before, other than me and one other person. And the results speak for themselves. It doesn't take, again, it doesn't take 10 of these things. It takes one. One good one will make your year. So find one. When you find one, you'll learn how to get the one, and then you can get two. Because then you can reference the one. I'm already helping blank. Do this and that and this. Would you like the same thing? But once you have one, getting the two is easy. Getting the three is easier. Getting the four is easier. And then you'll figure out where your line is. I've got about, I think it's about 25 or 30 doctor offices that refer me, hospitals. I've got 20 to 25 financial advisors that refer. And none of them are like a bunch. All of them are some. But 20 to 40 sums adds up to a bunch. It's a numbers game. The more you do, the more you get. The more you put out, the more effort you put. But effort is one thing. You can see somebody try to push a car in park uphill and it won't work, no matter how hard they try. You can push uphill in the wrong direction against something that won't move. And if you're doing stuff in the wrong direction with the wrong mentor, with the wrong program, and you're saying the wrong thing, and there are more ways to do this wrong than there are to do it right. But the fun part is there's 1,000 million different ways to do it right. So find someone that you gravitate towards, that you like, that you have charisma with, that you see have success, and try to get them to be your mentor. And if you have to, do what you got to do it. Pay them, move your contract, whatever it takes. Find someone that's going to take you where you want to be, and don't worry about what anyone else says or thinks, because at the end of the day, you're it for you. Like no one's going to keep this Medicare machine office running other than me.
Yeah.
Unless I sell to someone else, and if I sold to someone else, they'd just run to the ground. I promise. That's the way it happens.
I mean, you're always branded out at any event. When did the Medicare Peace of Mind, has it always been that brand or
Yeah, from day
did you
one.
just really
My
start?
agency has been called that, and the concept came to me while I ran the other agency, because we were having a problem. Our problem was we would get turning 65 leads. They would answer the phone the first time. Everything would be awesome. We'd tell them we were going to mail them something because that's what they wanted us to do, and then they would never answer the phone again. And what was happening was two things. One, we were sending them all the information they needed where they didn't need us anymore. We basically gave them agent in a box. Here you go. You don't need us anymore. Make the decision without me. Who cares? So that was mistake number one. So when I fixed that, then I had to figure out the second problem. Okay, I can overcome that now. Now, how can I get the average agent to do that who doesn't have all the same skills that I do? And so I created a piece of paper called the 4 Steps to Medicare Peace of Mind. And the 4 Steps to Medicare Peace of Mind ended up being the most magical piece of paper I've created in a long time. Because when you send it to somebody, now you're their agent. All you need to do is get them to agree to the dates on the piece of paper, and everything's locked in. They know exactly what day and what time everything's going to happen. And you make the process really easy for them and for yourself at the same time. So Yeah.
Is that for is that for the seminars?
No, the seminars I wasn't doing for a while. I didn't really start doing the seminars, mostly because I've always been ultra conservative on the side of compliance. And so my interpretation of the CMS regulations was that I couldn't do food. And for me, without being able to do food or seminar, they weren't as doing it at the library and these other things. You get like two people that attend, and the people that are just shopping every time. And so I didn't do seminars. My model was 100% grassroots in the field, developing relationships with referral partners and working a crap ton of leads from the every carrier gives me leads, tons of them. And that's because I close at a very, like with Humana, I think I'm over 80 or 90% closing ratio your lifetime to date with leads they've given me. And so when you have like closing ratios like that, people like that you can't get enough leads. So again, if you're new, number one tip I have for you is study, study, study. And I don't mean like study like YouTube videos and stuff. I mean like gather up all the enrollment books for all the plans you have access to. Ask around to someone you trust. What are the top three ones you do? Okay, and then get those top three plans and companies memorized. I mean, memorize, highlight, study it, study it, study it till you have that information in your gut and you don't need the books anymore. Then you're ready to get to where you want to go. If not, you're going to be, again, if you don't do that, just understand you're in for a much longer haul because it's going to be much harder for you to hit the ball when the ball comes across the plate. If you do batting practice before you get to the game, you can see the ball better. Same thing here. You choose when you do the reps. You can do it before you're in game action, or you can do it when you're in game action. But if you do it when you're in game action, the people that are doing it before are going to have an advantage over you, and you're going to lose for a while until you get better. This is a process. No one can skip the process. No one can advance the process, no matter how much you want, no matter how good you are. Because I'll tell you this: the me now would whoop the crap out of the me 4 years ago. It wasn't even a contest. So
That's where you want to be.
yeah, well, yeah, each of you should be competing against yourself. And so right now, if you're not where you want to be, take ownership and fix it. That's the advice I can give somebody. Because you know where your shortcomings are. You know what you're not doing. You know if you're not working. No one ever questions where I am. No one ever questions where I'm at. Is Joshua working? Yeah, he is. Even if he's not working, he's working. Like when I show up on vacation, guess what I show up dressed as?
Medicare machine.
Something on me has got Medicare Peace of Mind on it. Why? My wife's an employee of the agency. My kids are technically employees of the agency. My teenage son works in the agency. So guess what happens when I travel? I can write the
They're
whole damn
wearing
thing
it
off as
too.
long as we keep it about work. So you choose your own adventure at a certain point. And that's the beauty of this business. Each of you watching, whatever reason that you're watching, you're all at a different stage. We're all in the same journey, but at a different stage. If someone's farther ahead than you, doesn't mean you can't beat them on the long game. You gotta make adjustments now. You gotta be aware of where you are, who you are, what you are, and do things to make it better. Because there's plenty of holes in my game still that I work on all the time. So that's a key part of it. I think is there's no magic bullet. I can't give you the secret sauce. Now, are there creative things that I've worked through and figured out what does work and doesn't work, and I could just say one sentence and everybody's like, "Oh crap, why didn't I think of that?" Well, yeah, but that's why you want to find a mentor.
It takes that takes the volume for sure too as well. Like cutting your teeth.
Yeah, yeah. Again, you can get where I'm at in 4 years, or you can get where I'm at in 10 years. Either way, you get where I got, right? And that's okay. Whatever length of journey that you have in this business in this life is okay for you, and you should be proud of it. Like I said, my team, in some ways, they're blessed, right? Because they get to work with me, but at the same time, like for poor Holden, I don't know if you're watching or not, but poor Holden, he's been trying to beat me all year. He got close 1 month, and I think he got within like 10 or something. And then the next month, I beat him by like 40. Again, the point is, you still want to try for it. Because my first year, not knowing anything, my goal my first year was 2,500 apps. Which even now, if I'm dialed in with my full staff and I have everything rocking for me, I might be able to do 2,500 apps in a year. but I would never see my family, and I'd probably kill myself doing it, like mentally, because you burn out if you're
Yeah.
doing something too much too long. Um, you got to have some balance, and that's where I'm at now. Now I'm transitioning where I'm gonna. It's more about my team. It's more about me helping. I want to create some other Medicare machines because um, un, do I have a hamster wheel like leads I have to keep going? No, but if I don't do something, then I'm going to have this. At some point, I'm going to have more. I already do. I have more referrals than I want to work now. I have more activity I want to work now. And when that happens to you, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to pay it forward and find other people that need to do it too.
Yeah.
So do that over and over, and you'll find your own slice of pie in this massive opportunity that we all have.
Yeah. Holden, if you're watching,
You
comment.
only owe me like 3,600 push-ups, so I'm not going to say a word.
Everybody tag Holden in the comments and type push
Yeah,
3,600 push-ups. That's
that's
what he
right.
owes him. I love it.
Let's do that. Tag it on
Um,
Facebook.
yeah, it's cool to see the mentor mentee thing, because when Holden and I have talked, it's like he's constantly like pushing to be like you, and I'm like, dude, he reminds me of like he has a work ethic. I see he's gonna
Mm-hmm.
become like that, and it's cool because it's like he hearing his story is like he's not crazy privileged. He's not coming from anything crazy, but he's putting in the work, and like you see that 3,600 push-ups, Holden. Let's go. He's about to be jacked for sure.
Oh
He's
yeah,
oh,
he got a military background anyway, so thank you for your service, Holden. Again, I
yeah,
give you a hard time, but I admire you in many ways. You make me proud in so many ways. I wish I was you in a lot of ways. So you are your own machine, and you guys watch out. So if you give it 2 years for me to get Holden in a position where he fully understands the game, because what Holden has, he has the tenacity, he has the work ethic, he has the system, and he's doing it correctly. He doesn't have all the deep knowledge that I have. And so that again, if you're looking for something to do to make yourself better than an average agent, it's studying the information to where you know it better than the average agent. And trust me, it's not that hard. The average agent's pretty lazy. The average agent doesn't do a lot. The average agent owns it in most of the time because they don't have any competition. Okay,
yeah,
and so the average agent doesn't know what hit them until one of their clients talks to me. And if they haven't taken care of them properly, they're not their client anymore. If they've taken care of them properly, they're their client forever. Because I'll tell you right now, if I run into one of your clients and I ask them how often are you talking to them and when's the last time they checked in and why, and they answer all the questions like they're supposed to. Oh, he cares about me. He calls me. He sends me a birthday card. All this, and I'm going to tell them you keep that person until they die, and if they die or retire, here's my card. Call me. And so I will reaffirm another agent, and if I can impart anything today, I hope all of you take that trade on. If you run into another client who's already being taken care of correctly and they're being followed up with, they've been managed, they've been doing all the things, they've been treated correctly, I really hope you bolster that agent's opportunity for retention, because if you keep doing that, if we all keep doing that, then all of us will have a better life. Because the ones that do it wrong will be the ones that lose clients, the ones that do it right will be the ones that keep them. That's the way it should be.
I love it, bro. I love it. Well, dude, you've given so much already. I mean, doing this literally for free. I really appreciate you coming on here. How can people reach out to you or follow you for the daily content you put out? Just the day-to-day stuff. Like, it's not flashy, it's not crazy. It's just the doing the thing that the constant grind over and over and over again. How can people follow you, reach out to you, things like that?
Yeah, I'm on most platforms: TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. Reach out to me that way. I'm doing an OEP boot camp, both in person in Denver and a virtual one. I think it's the 16th, 17th of January for the OEP boot camp, and then the 18th will be the virtual one. It's the same premise as the Crush AEP boot camp I did before, but and really at this point, I'm pivoting. I'm launching the Medicare Machine Factory, and everybody, whether you're on my downline or not, is going to have an opportunity to plug into what I do, because what this really is going to be is, in essence, training that I'm developing for the team that I give other people access to. So if you want to be on the squad without being on the squad, there's opportunities to do that. But yeah, add me as a friend. It's probably best if you text me first. I have so many pending requests on them, both of those things. I don't have a lot of time to go through them. My cell phone number, it's not all over the place, so I'll just give it out. 303 619 0750. 303 619 0750. I'm happy to call, chat. Chatting with me via text is probably the best because I'm usually in appointments most of the time, and I can respond more. But yeah, whatever I can do to help. I'm not looking to do anything other than help other agents at this point. And you don't have to be on my downline to help you, but just understand if you're not in my downline, I'll help you to a certain point, and then I'll guide you to the Medicare Machine Factory, which is what that's designed for. But yeah, thanks for having me. I enjoy this stuff very much, and keep on doing what you're doing. I'm very impressed by you, by your tenacity, by your work ethic and grind, your leadership. Yeah, Johnny, you got a bright future ahead of you. Whatever moniker that you're going to take on, we need to figure out a nickname for you. You need to have your own name, something. But,
we do. Yeah. That's true, bro. Appreciate you guys, and thanks so much for watching to the end. Thanks, guys, for always coming on. Brian, we got Ryan, we got Joe coming in every single week. I see you guys all the time. Appreciate you guys coming in every single Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific, every single Friday. We're going to be blowing this thing up in 2023. So watch out. We're coming, just dropping value, just trying to give you guys as much as possible. But appreciate you guys. Go crush it and put some fuel on the fire. End the week crazy. Let's go.